Hi, everyone, and welcome to SQM Picks. I'm David Lipton. For those of you new to SQM Picks, our company, SQM, first started a blog several years ago to highlight businesses that provide outstanding customer service. Businesses that have been featured range from small mom and pop companies to some of the larger international brands. Highlighted companies come from a number of different industries, including restaurants, retail stores, medical offices, lawyers, and various tourist attractions. We've also featured an auto body shop and a junkyard in the blogs, which just goes to prove that any business can provide outstanding service. Our guest today is Carl Berger, a musician and music educator. As the name would suggest, Carl's company specializes in music lessons and performances. Carl, welcome to SQM Picks.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Carl, tell us a little bit about your business, where are you located, and tell us more about the various products or really the various services that you provide and offer.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm located in Toronto, in North York specifically. My teaching studio is where I am now, and I operate that out of my home. I also do lessons virtually since the pandemic. I've been doing a lot of teaching online. And then I also offer performances for young children, as well as things like cocktail parties, retirement homes, a wide range of different types of performances as well.
Very interesting. So, listen, why do you think it's important for people to connect with music?
Uh, a number of reasons. I mean, number one, it's entertainment and it's relaxing and relieving of stress. I mean, most people have a connection to music. Most people use music to help them focus or to help them relax or to be entertained. It's also been proven, and most of us have seen the studies, that kids who take music lessons generally do much better in school. They're more successful. Music just opens pathways in the brain that allows us to think in a different way. So I think, if any one of us were to imagine life without music, I think we would quickly see the importance of music and try to continue that lifelong connection to music.
Interesting about the connection with learning and music. That might
Hmm.
say a whole lot about me back at school. My claim to fame, as you and I have talked about, is when I got pushed and stepped on a trombone in grade eight, and that was the end of my music days. In fact, I think my music days stopped well before that.
Well, I
What's one?
think you're supposed to know that you learn from that experience, right?
That,
Stepping on a trombone
that,
is
that,
probably not the best approach, right? And
Absolutely.
and
I
that's
still
something
remember it.
that's the first thing I teach when I work with my students
It
is
was like right out of a
yeah.
cartoon, and I still say it
Yeah.
wasn't my fault. Tell me, what type of trends do you see in music when it comes to your clients these days?
Another interesting question. One of the biggest trends I see, as again many of us are aware of, is because of cutbacks in the schools and in the education system, uh, fewer kids are actually studying music in school. So, one of the biggest trends I see is that parents are looking to supplement their child's education by giving them private lessons. I'm finding that kids have much more access to music now than ever before. So, students will come to me with requests for specific kinds of songs that, the music is all out there and available, or we create our own versions of the music. But I think kids are just a lot more kind of plugged in to what's going on with music. And the same thing with adults. Adults generally have a little bit more free time for their hobbies, especially since the pandemic. Once again, I was amazed at the number of adult students that I started working with at that point. And people just realizing that life is short and we have to do things that we enjoy doing as well.
Let's go back to adults for a minute. I've been interested. We often joke around, but I've been interested since my daughter took guitar lessons. I've also wanted to learn how to play the guitar. I think it's an interesting instrument, and it would be kind
Right.
of cool to be able to strum along when I go on a camping trip and whatnot. I know people sometimes say that when it comes to learning languages, it's much more difficult as you get older. It's much more difficult for adults to learn than children. What about music? Would it be more difficult for me to learn at the ripe old age of 57, or is it still something that I should try?
Absolutely, it is something that you should try. Obviously, when we're younger, our brains are like sponges and just kind of take everything in, and we have the ability to remember things much more easily. As we get older, I've experienced it myself, where learning new things and just remembering new things is much more challenging. However, I think that can all be overcome. It really depends on your level of engagement. Most people, most adults do not practice between their sessions, but even just a weekly or, twice a week kind of session really goes a long way in terms of increasing your musical knowledge and enjoyment. The one thing I will say, though, with adult students is that the biggest hurdle is actually just scheduling. The number of students that I've started with who have taken one or two sessions, they absolutely loved it. So I don't take it personally that it was, maybe we didn't jive together, but they loved the sessions. And then either I don't hear from them again or I hear from them 6 months later. The reality is that as adults, we are so busy and so overprogrammed, and we lose our ability to manage our time. So other priorities get in the way. And adults who prioritize their music lessons absolutely love it. And no, it is never, ever too late to start.
Interesting. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with age, but I think it has to do with marriage because apparently, as soon as I got married, 22 years ago, my brain works differently. It doesn't soak up anything. I don't remember anything. My knowledge has gone right out the window.
Well, I thought the plan with that banjo was to do a little group music lesson there.
That's right. And you know what? That's where scheduling comes into play. But at some point, we're
Exactly.
going to get her working on the banjo, my wife, Miriam, that is. Um, Carl, it's always been interesting. I've known you for many years, and it's always interesting to see the changes and trends that take place when it comes to music or in business. It's always great talking to you about both of those items as well. While your contact information is going to show up on the screen, please tell everyone how they can contact your business.
Absolutely. I'm very active on Facebook. I have a page called Carl Berger and Music for Munchkins, which is the program that I do for younger children. carlberger.ca is another great way to reach me. That site is in the process of being updated, but it is fully active with lots of information there. And yeah, I would say those are the best ways to reach me.
Perfect. Thanks very much. On that note, I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of SQM Picks. Since we're always looking for companies that provide outstanding customer service, if you know of any that you would like to nominate, please send an email about the business to sqmpicks@sqm.ca. Thanks for joining us and look for another company to be featured on SQM Picks shortly.